Rumors around Jorge Prado's future have kicked into overdrive after a bruising pro motocross campaign with Monsterenergy Kawasaki, with multiple industry voices now saying the reigning MXGP world champion is actively working to exit his deal and could surface in Red Bull KTM Orange for 2026. The latest spark came from Steve Mathis, who fueled the chatter with a post claiming Prado is out of his Kawi and Monster deals, adding that a Red Bull KTM announcement could land on October 16th. That date remains unconfirmed by any party, but the drumbeat behind a Prado KTM reunion is unmistakably louder this week, and the sticking point appears to be the mechanics of untying a complex, multi-year contract. The performance context explains the urgency. Prado arrived at Kawasaki for 2025 with massive expectations and the credibility of a world title, yet he never looked fully synced with the KX450. The results told the story. 6th overall in AMA Pro Motocross, well below what anyone expects from a reigning world champ, and a season defined by comments about never feeling comfortable on the bike. The edges frayed further when Kawasaki announced he wouldn't line up for the SMX playoffs despite being qualified. Officially, that was framed as a team decision. Unofficially, it read like a working relationship already past the point of repair. Untangling the contract is the real plot. By most accounts, Prado signed a 3-year deal with a 4th-year option, paper that could carry him through at least 2027 unless both sides agree to rework the terms. That's where leverage and sponsors collide. Monsterenergy and Kawasaki are unlikely to just wave him out the door if the destination is a direct rivals program with Red Bull as title backer. Expect discussions to revolve around buyouts, offsets, or performance-based pathways that let both sides save face. Even if a move to KTM is the worst-kept secret in the paddock, the route from here to an official announcement is rarely straightforward. Exit language, sponsor non-competes, and equipment clauses all have to be satisfied before anyone prints team shirts. From a racing standpoint, a KTM return would be the most logical landing spot. It's the platform Prado knows, the structure that unlocked his peak in MXGP, and a place where he can reset both equipment feel and momentum. That said, even a perfect fit on paper doesn't magically erase a year of discomfort. Riders often talk about needing months, not days, to rebuild baseline settings, starts, and race day trust after a turbulent season. If an October reveal really is in play, the key question becomes how quickly KTM can reacquaint Prado with the bike, and whether any winter testing windows are impacted by ongoing contract formalities. Bottom line, the destination looks clear. The timing and the terms remain the variables. Sometimes this sport really does swing in circles. Jason El Hombre Anderson, 2018 AMA Supercross champion, charismatic racecraft savant, and one of the paddock's purest competitors, is headed back to where it all started, Suzuki. Beginning in 2025, Anderson will suit up for the Twisted Tea Suzuki program aboard the RM Z450, turning a professional arc into a full-circle story. This isn't just a change of colors, it's a return to roots. Long before the 450SX crown, Anderson came up through Suzuki's amateur pipeline, bagging 5 Loretta Lynn's titles and the 2010 Nicky Hayden AMA Horizon Award before making his pro debut with Rockstar Suzuki. His first podium, Salt Lake City, 2012, and first pro win, 2013, came in yellow. 250 West title in 2014, Premier Class champion in 2018, 16-plus Premier wins later. El Hombre's resume doesn't need fluff. What does the move mean competitively? Realistically, Twisted Tea Suzuki isn't a factory juggernaut with endless development bandwidth, and the RM Z450 hasn't seen the same cadence of updates as the latest Austrian or Japanese platforms. But Anderson brings something that instantly changes a program's ceiling: race day ingenuity, whoop-eating balance, and the ability to ride a motorcycle loose without losing lap time discipline. If the team gives him a stable base, starts, traction off slick corners, and a front end he can trust to knife into ruts, his style can still produce podiums and, on the right night, wins. There's also a cultural fit factor. Anderson thrives when he's allowed to be himself, and Suzuki's satellite environment could offer the creative latitude that sometimes gets lost in the pressure cooker of a title-favorite factory seat. That doesn't mean the transition is frictionless. Every rider switching brands faces the same 3 hurdles: initial chassis feel, engine delivery that matches preferred corner entry/exit habits, and race start reproducibility. Expect the first 5 rounds to be the tell. If Anderson's out of the gate clean and the front end bites without chatter in rutted 180s, the program will snowball in the right direction. If not, he'll still salvage points on craft alone, while the team chips away at settings. From a storyline standpoint, this move lands perfectly. Fans get nostalgia and novelty at once. El Hombre back in yellow, with the freedom to write one more compelling chapter. For Suzuki, it's an identity play as much as a performance bet, a proven race winner who elevates the brand's relevance every Saturday night. And for the championship at large, it's welcome chaos, another veteran with title race experience who can steal points from the usual suspects and make the podium puzzle harder to solve. The net, Prado to KTM, makes competitive sense and is gathering momentum, but until the lawyers are done, treat any date as provisional. Anderson to Suzuki is real romantic, and if the bike matches his feel, still potentially disruptive to the 450 pecking order. In a silly season crowded with maybes, these two moves stand out because they're not just transfers, they're stories, one about escape and reinvention, the other about coming home to finish things on your own terms.